cascade of scarlet crabs crawling, clambering, and clawing across Christmas Island. This is happening in a territory of Australia that's actually closer to southern Indonesia than the Australian continent. Every year, millions of red crabs traverse the island from its forest to the sea, climbing over roads, bridges, and, well, anything else in their way. Their annual migration occurs around the time rainfall increases in October or November, and the natural phenomenon attracts visitors worldwide to Christmas Island, which embraces the event and takes steps to protect the crustaceans and the tourism industry. Those who don't like the crabs would probably want to leave this time of year, as they're said to turn up everywhere, on doorsteps, in living rooms, and according to a junior ranger interviewed by ABC Australia, the animals sometimes show up in toilets. Hi, I'm Azuz. This is The World from A to Z, your independently produced, nonpartisan source for news and international events. More than 500,000 people in the Pacific Northwest were without power as we produced this show Wednesday evening. They'd been hit by a bomb cyclone that carried along an atmospheric river. Here's what all that means. Generally speaking, when a storm's barometric pressure drops, it gets stronger. The lower the pressure, the more powerful the storm. When that pressure drops quickly, allowing the storm to strengthen rapidly, it can become what's called a bomb cyclone, named for a process called bombogenesis, when pressure drops by at least 24 millibars in 24 hours. What hit the American West Coast earlier this week had dropped by 48 millibars in 24 hours, and that meant gusts of wind that were nearly hurricane force, very heavy rain, damage, and dangerous conditions from Washington State to Northern California. The storm blew what's called an atmospheric river into the region. That's defined as a long, narrow channel of moisture that typically dumps tons of rain on the earth below it. How much rain? Possibly 16 inches in some parts of the Northern California coast by the end of the week. And the possibility of large ocean waves, estimated from 14 to 22 feet high, triggered a surf advisory as the system makes its way through. Rough weather is expected in this part of the country for at least another day or two, and even after the intensity of the storms tapers off, the continued rain brings the threat of mud and rock slides to mountainous areas.
This is crazy. There's trees up everywhere. There's houses destroyed.
Driving snow and a slew of downed trees mark a bomb cyclone's powerful impact across parts of the Pacific Northwest.
I was not expecting this snowstorm at all.
But in it came, with hurricane-force winds gusting over 70 miles per hour that toppled countless trees, in many cases taking power lines with them, knocking hundreds of thousands of people off the grid. Puget Sound Energy, which services the Seattle area, says the mass outage could last multiple days. The intense winter storm also being blamed for some fatalities, one of them a Bellevue, Washington woman who fire officials say was killed when a tree crushed her home. In the mountainous passes between Portland and Central Oregon, tire chains are a must.
Getting pretty delirious now. We're on minute 37 of getting these chains on.
The wicked weather isn't over. Forecasters say the bomb cyclone essentially tapped an atmospheric river, which is expected to dump torrential rain over the region, with forecasters predicting Northern California could reach a rare level 4 of 4 flood risk. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
On this date in world history. This was the date in 1920 that became known as Bloody Sunday in the Irish War of Independence. The Irish Republican Army targeted suspected British intelligence agents, killing 14 people, and forces aligned with the British retaliated by attacking people at a soccer game in Dublin, killing 14 there and injuring dozens of others. The war continued until the end of 1921. This is believed to be the date in 1877 when American inventor Thomas Edison announced the creation of something that changed the world, a device that could record and play back sound. It was called the phonograph. And the Mayflower Compact was signed on November 21st in 1620. It established a legal framework, a form of government for pilgrims and travelers aboard the English ship Mayflower in advance of its arrival in Massachusetts.
Word and out. The change of a vowel within a word that changes the meaning of the word, such as sang and song, is an example of what? Ablaut, alliteration, anaphora, apposition. Also called an epiphany, a slight tweak that can change a word's meaning or how it's used is called an ablaut.
English teachers are going to love this next report. It's about ablaut reduplication. And it's why chat, chit, song, sing, and flop, flip sound really weird. Chloe Hendon explains.
People naturally follow grammatical patterns and rules that they've observed since infancy, without even realizing it. The rule that makes word couples like tick-tock right but talk-tick wrong is called ablaut reduplication. Reduplication refers to words being duplicated, and ablaut refers to a change of vowels in related words. So the rule explains how to change vowel sounds in phonetically similar words. English speakers follow the rule by simply moving from high to low, or I to A to O, and front to back. Different vowels are voiced in different parts of the mouth. Try saying beat, bit, bet, bat, boy, boat, boot. Notice how sounds like boy, boat, and boot come from the back of your mouth, while beat, bit, and bet are at the front, and how beat is high while bat is low. Well, even if you can't tell these differences, some part of your brain can. We know how to use ablaut reduplication in grammar. Think sing, sang, sung, ring, ring, rung. But we also know the rule well enough to throw out other rules because of it. Think of a boat, a bad and big one. What do you call it? Probably a big bad boat. That follows ablaut reduplication rules, but breaks another subconscious grammar rule, adjective ordering. For English speakers, adjectives almost always come in this order. You can have a pretty little 6-year-old square brown European mahogany pen box from your grandmother, but try saying it any other way and things can get confusing. A pretty little European brown, I don't know. And hey, if you're struggling thinking about how you're going to use reduplication or adjective ordering rules for your next paper, don't be. You learned those subconscious rules as a child. Just like you learned to say, I'm going to the store instead of to the store I'm going, you just don't remember learning it.
Where in the world? This country achieved its independence in 1991 from the Soviet Union. It's a nation of Central Asia that partially borders the Caspian Sea. This is the largest landlocked country in the world. This is Kazakhstan, a nation of more than 20 million people.
When we say world of viewers, we mean Kazakhstan. One of the schools that made a shout-out request at worldatz.org is in this Central Asian country. A warm welcome to Mr. Coleman's class watching from Kazakhstan International School in the former Kazakh capital of Almaty. From Almaty to Alma, Georgia, we're recognizing Miss Bennett's class in the Peach State. Hello to the Red Raiders of Bacon County Middle School. And in the town of Houghton, Louisiana, it's great to see Coach Johnson's class at Houghton High School. The Buccaneers are with us from the Pelican State. We started with a story about animals occasionally appearing in unusual areas of Australia, and that's where we wind up. Guess what's not supposed to roam the halls, climb the stairs, and hang out at a train station? You got it. The capricious koala even spent a few moments living on the edge, but after trains were warned to slow down and authorities arrived to encourage the animal to, get out of there, it scaled a fence and made its way to a nearby national park. Our theory, it was looking for a vending machine, cause where else could you get quality snacks like Coca-Koala, a whatchamakoala, koala wafers, koala bars, bazoo koala gum, hot koalis, koala corn, koala berry cream eggs, and maybe chips with guacamole. And for dessert, apple pie koala mo, y'all. I'm Carl Azuz with a lot of qualifying puns on the world from A to Z.